Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Heat vs. the World podcast. As always, I'm your host, Joel Jacob, and you can follow me on Twitter at JoelKJacob_. And with me, always, I got some guests. First, we got Miami Flash PE. Say what's up to the people, Flash.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Clutch P on Twitter. Follow me, I'll follow you right back.
And then following him, we got not the actual Jimmy Buckets, but still someone very fun to have on the pod. Say what's up to the people, Jimmy Buckets 2.0.
What's going on, Heat Nation? Jimmy Buckets in the house. Follow me on Twitter, Jimmy Buckets with four Z's at the end, and I will follow you back.
All right, thank you, Mr. Jimmy Buckets. And then following that, we have another guest, the female correspondent herself. Say what's up to the people, Miss Angelina Martel.
What's going on here, versus the world? It's Angelina Martel. You can follow me on Twitter at Angie Martel with 2 E's for all your latest Miami Heat updates.
All right, so we got our four for today. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's see. Last night, well, by the time you recorded it, it's been last night. The Heat, I don't really know how to talk about this. The Heat lost to the Grizzlies, and I can handle an L. I just hate it when we lose to what's his name? Dylan Brooks specifically. I think what I understand we're gonna have random scrub Heat killers hop in now and then. But what makes it hard is when the random scrub Heat killer is a guy that plays for a team that everybody, what's the word I'm looking for? The random scrub Heat killer is someone that the team does not like, the team's fans does not like. Because if you go on Twitter, there's a lot of Grizzlies fans who slander the hell out of Dylan Brooks. So you're sitting here and telling me that it's going to be that same dude to drop 23 points in the third quarter on us? I'm surprised it wasn't blowout by then. But aside from that, it was definitely disappointing to see the Heat lose, especially when it seemed like Victor Oladipo was finally starting to shake some of that new player rust off. Dude had 16 points, and I think the Heat big three combined for 64, which was nice to see. But overall, as long as we get the fourth seed, I don't really care about some of these losses. I'm just more upset about the fact that it was Dylan Brooks who killed us. But aside from that, yeah. Flash, how do you feel?
My God, it was so frustrating last night, man. Uh, we we started off decent. I mean, you had Bam putting up a 10-point quarter, first quarter. I think Hero put up an 11 or 12-point first quarter. I think we started off pretty good, but I think this is the first time that we had an effort loss because the defense was just not there when it usually always is. We don't give up lately. We haven't been giving up 124 points in a game. It's just it was just effort. Like you could tell on the court, the defensive scheme. People want to blame Spoelstra because maybe he needs to change the scheme up because they're getting wide open corner threes. They wouldn't be getting wide open corner threes if the rotations were faster and there was more effort into it. People just look sluggish. They look lazy. It's just the offense was kind of there all night, so that's okay. But the defense was just not, and it was just awful. And Dylan Brooks, yeah, he pissed me off a lot because random scrub heat killer, and he wouldn't miss every time we would cut the lead. He would somehow just make a three contested. But the real man that pissed me off here, Kyle Anderson. God damn, his jump shot is the worst jump shot I've seen in the NBA today. And he's nailing shot after shot after shot. He had 19, 8, and 6. Dude dominated us as well. I'm more upset about Kyle Anderson than I am about Dylan Brooks or Jonas Valanciunas. Jesus. And the last thing I'm gonna say about this, what are we doing here with John Moran? Can he not get touched when driving into the basket? Can he not get touched? Because everything's a foul. The NBA needs the refs need to be better with that. But it was just a very frustrating loss that we need to just maybe it's a loss that we just wake up and get things going. But hopefully, man, we got the Lakers and hopefully we wake up.
For sure. And then what about you, Jimmy Buckets?
I thought that we looked super sluggish. We looked like, honestly, we were on this second night of a back to back almost, how we played. It looked just completely lackadaisical on the defensive end, especially in the second half. We were allowing them to not only hit every corner three that their little hearts desired, but then also allowing them any drive they wanted to the basket. It was like it's like normally you stop one thing and you give up to you end up giving up the other if the offense is cooking, and Memphis's offense was cooking, but we were giving up everything to them. It's like we didn't even try to stop one part of their offense. They were playing really good. It made us kind of look silly for picking Precious over Desmond Bain too. He had a nice little game. I was like, golly, I hate to see this. Bane's cooking for Memphis, and Precious is playing 0 minutes on the bench. So that was always another fun little slap in the face. But Terrence Ross's cousin, Dylan Brooks, um, random heat killer. So hopefully we'll get collected and come out and whoop the Lakers our next game. So hopefully we'll just chalk this up as a L, and they look at the tape and just feel silly and embarrassed and come out and go on a tear and hopefully a win streak, because we don't have that many games left in the season.
What about you, Ange?
I agree with everything everyone said so far, being that this was a very frustrating game to watch, considering our defense just wasn't there. Like, the players just showed up to the arena and decided, hey, you know what? Maybe I don't have to play defense today, and then just let that go. The offense was there sometimes, but not always when we needed it. I mean, Duncan and Hero hit some good threes to help us get back, like, not be as down bad as we were. Like, there was a point where we were just down by 2, and then like 30 seconds later we're down by 9. Like, it's just they couldn't miss the Grizzlies. Like you said, Darren Booker, I think you said his name was, I don't remember, but he was I'm sorry,
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, same shit. Then who said Booker?
Hey,
Who said Booker then?
nobody said Booker, Angie.
I swear I heard Booker, but anyways, I'm a little slow. Another Angie moment for the ones that don't know. But anyways, but anyways, yeah, like they just couldn't miss. That was the most frustrating part, I feel like. Besides the defense just not being there, the fact they just couldn't miss was just Joel, leave me alone. In the chat, he's like, goodness. But yeah, like it was, the winning streak was fun while it lasted, I guess. Our free throw shooting, I also have to point out, hasn't been the best lately. We shot 61% from the free throw line. I mean, it's not as good as it should be, but it's not under 50%. So I feel like we need to work on that. And it's Bam mainly because he shot 0 for 3 last night from free throw line. So that's never a good thing.
Vic needs to work on his free throws too.
Yeah, I'll give him that as well. But Vic played good last night. I will give him that. He played good defense, I think. Robinson had a block last night, which I was pretty impressed and happy about. So the defense there was good. Robinson's defense is getting a lot better. So
yeah.
I feel like this is a game we should have won, in my opinion. So, and I hope on tomorrow's game is going to be a lot better. You know, without AD and LeBron and Cousins, this should be a given win, no? But I mean, hey, we lost to an injured Clippers team earlier in the season, so anything's possible. But yeah, that's my opinion on it. And I already know I'm going to get slandered for Dylan Brooks, so.
No, that's cool. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it was definitely disappointing to see the Heat lose. But yeah, the Dylan Brooks, I mean, like I said, for him, out of all the players in Memphis to have a big game against us, it just sucks. Like I said, this is a guy that Grizzlies fans are not really supportive of. But at the same time, now I know how other teams feel whenever we have Kelly Olynyk come out and have a 30-point game for us. I mean, imagine paying $200, $300 to watch your team play, and they end up losing because they get cooked by Kelly Olynyk. Like, geez, bro. I cannot even imagine. So, anyways. But that was the only big thing that happened that night, though. That day, actually. Another report came out that Miami will be getting Dewayne Dedmon. Now, I'm sure a lot of Heat fans out there have their thoughts about him. It definitely surprised me because it definitely looked like he was probably gonna sit the year out. But I guess I know a lot of Heat fans out there wanted a big, so there you go. So there's that, and then also another thing that I want to bring up is to have another big. I mean, it seems like a good move for Miami. I mean, let's face it, Dwayne Dedman, he's only gonna be like insurance for us. I think if a worst case scenario, something happens to Bam, you can try, or Bielitsa either. You could just put him in the game instead of having someone like Precious hop in. Because I know how some of y'all feel. Some of y'all be feeling really nervous when that dude Precious come on the floor. So now instead of Precious, we'll try and maybe throw Dwayne Dedman in there. Obviously, as some of you guys brought up on Twitter, I don't expect him to play big minutes for us. So while it's a nice move for Miami, I sort of look at it as a why not type of situation. No really harm from getting him. So yeah, there's that. How do you guys feel? Who wants to talk about getting Dwayne Dedman first?
I'll start. Like, okay, for the people that have that big man fetish, I hope you're happy. I'm happy for you, I guess. But he's not going to play like that. He's going to get some minutes in the regular season, yeah. He's not going to see a single minute in the entire playoffs. So let's ease up there. I mentioned this in the stream you guys were doing yesterday during halftime. Dude, Dwayne Dedman is just he's not gonna do much here. He's just a player that is there, like Joe said, for insurance, and I wouldn't get my hopes up about that. He he was a in 2019, I want to say, yeah, 2019, he was a 39% three-point shooter. He can shoot from the corner, he can shoot from the top of the key, he can shoot from the wing. Perfect. 2020, he was a 20% three-point shooter. You don't know what you're getting, especially after an injury. So, yeah, I saw a lot of this on hate Twitter when Valanciunas was cooking us in the first quarter. Yeah, this is why we signed Dwayne Dedman. Dude, Dwayne Dedman is not going to start. He's not going to play the first 4 minutes of the game, so that does nothing. Valanciunas would have still roasted us, right? So people need to calm down. If you have that little fetish that for let's get a big man solves everything. Fine, we got him. Can we move on now? Because he's not going to do anything. I don't mean to be negative. I actually like Dwayne Dedmon as a player, but you got to be realistic. He's not going to play. I would put him on the floor over Precious at this moment, which is a plus. That's why an emergency big is good. But yeah, that's it for that's it for me on Dedmon.
The the way I see it is it can't hurt us. We had two open roster spots and we had to fill one of them by Thursdays, and we have tons of guards and wings. So obviously we were going to use it on a big, and we got a big who's not terrible. He's had a decent NBA career. Can rebound. He can shoot threes. He's long. He's athletic. Hopefully, he's healthy. Maybe they know something that we don't know. Maybe because I know that he's been with our trainers and staff and doctors and medical people for the last few days and has been evaluated before they decided to pick him up. So maybe he passed everything, clean and clear, and is good to go. And like you were saying earlier, PE, that it's at least it's a serviceable big in case of emergency. And Joel was saying, and it's better than I think he's better than having Precious as an option if we need a big in a situation. So I see it as a win-win situation. Can't hurt us, and maybe he turns out to be something better than expected. So I'm happy with it and ready to see what they do with him.
By the way, shout out to Heat versus Haters. You guys broke the Dedmon news first with that
Yeah,
little
big
picture.
Yeah.
big shout out to
Big
that's
shout
so
out to
cool.
Heat versus Haters.
They broke it before Shams and Woj. That's awesome. That's so cool.
But yeah, I feel like just having that extra big man, having at least 3 big men on our team, Bam, Bielitsa, and then Dedmon, I feel like that's great. Like, especially if we need to stop in the fourth quarter, like some defense, you put out Iggy, Bam, Oladipo, Bielitsa, and hold on, wait, Dedmon, Iggy, Bielitsa, Bam, and who else would we put out there?
Yeah, you're
Did
not
I
putting
s-
three bigs out there, Angie.
if we need to stop,
No, you
with some
you go
blocks,
small.
steals, you go small. Then who would you put? You have
The,
to put Iggy and
the
Bam
you
out there
put
and Oladipo.
you put the
So
death
that's
lineup.
3.
You put Victor Oladipo, Jimmy,
Perimeter defense.
Ariza, Iggy, and Bam. That's it.
Isn't that
Yeah.
basically the starting lineup besides Iggy?
Yeah, that's
So
it.
yeah,
Because you don't really need that. Those are your 5 best defensive players on the team.
you just replace Robinson with Iggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the sickest. That's one of the sickest defensive lineups that I've seen in a long time. That's
Because
ridiculous.
what you're suggesting, Angie, with all due respect, you're having Bielitsa play small forward, and that doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have a point, but it's like if we're up by so much and you just need to get a stop, or like if we're down by like maybe like 5 and you just need a stop and to get those offensive points, then maybe put that lineup out there. But I don't know. I feel like the bigger, the better in that scenario, I guess.
Angie loved the big man.
Love with the big man.
The bright side though is that at least we get to keep our vice courts and jerseys. So
Bro,
Yeah, we get to
Yeah.
keep them.
I will never hear the end of that. I swear to God. If you don't know, don't worry about it. That's all I have to say. If you know, you know. Just leave it at that.
Just know we'll have Vice for the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Angie can sleep at night.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, you don't have to lose any sleep.
Please bear with me today, y'all. I'm tired. I took FSAs, so my head's not really there. So if I say some more dumb shit, that's why. Please forgive me.
all right. So
Dylan Booker.
let's
Dylan, but I was another Angie moment. Y'all heard it here first. This is one of my very few Angie moments. So
We need to have a conversation of this pod at some point. Not right now. We're going to keep going, but about the Angie
for sure.
moments. Astrology, right?
Yes, astrology and what else? We can go on.
We can have a pod, Angie, where you host it and you can just talk about all your topics you want, and we can chime in and let you
I
know
love that.
what we
Joel,
think
do you
about
approve? Do you approve?
it.
How about next pod?
We need to have a segment called Angie's Moments.
Yes, bro, a new series of the pod.
Oh, man.
oh. Yo.
And you can edit it like they do on the streams on 5 Reasons, like they do with the memes and stuff. You can just edit my screenshots on there. That'd be so funny.
Would be good.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we'll be sure.
Always a good time.
Always a good time. At least I brighten your guys' day, so that's always good. Gives you guys a good laugh. Gives myself a good laugh.
And so, anyways, moving forward, real talk. So let's move on. So let's see. What else should we hit on? So let's talk about how finally halfway through the season, let's see, Miami finally decides to put what's his name? Bam no, not Miami. The NBA finally decides to put Bam on the defensive player of the year award ladder. And I don't know about y'all, but I find that very disrespectful. Like, we already how much far into the season? 50 games in, and you telling me that now we about to start putting him in there? Like, that's kind of wild to think about, especially when you've seen the way how he's played compared to other defenders. So you're telling me that now y'all are finally gonna give him some recognition? It just seems bull on that part, and one thing I want to say real quick, and because I know that's been something a lot of Heat fans have been talking about, you know, while this does piss me off, and I'm sure it pisses a lot of people off too, it probably pisses you guys off as well. Um, the thing is, what we're just gonna have to comprehend is that the NBA award system is just flawed. I mean, seriously. I mean, think about it this way: Mike Budenholzer is clearly not a better coach than Eric Spoelstra, but Budenholzer got 2 Coach of the Year awards. Spo has 0. Does this mean Budenholzer is a better coach than Spo? No, but it just shows how flawed the whole system is. And it's just a regular season award, too. So anyone, especially a pretender like Mike Budenholzer, can easily win that. So, to all those who I see who talk about, Bam not getting the recognition he deserves, at the end of the day, just consider the fact that the NBA award system is nothing more but trash. You're not always gonna see it work out the way you want it to, and that's something that we're sadly gonna have to accept. I'm sure you guys would agree with me on that.
Yeah, the big problem with me of who's number one, that leaning tower of like French Eiffel Tower. I don't even know
Leaning
how
Tower of
to make
Pisa.
fun of him. No, the Eiffel Tower because he's French. Dude, just I mean, really, you're gonna give him another Defensive Player of the Year award? Like, dude, he's very good. He's elite at one thing, and that's rim protecting. But Bam is just really good all over the place. I don't I don't understand this obsession with Rudy Gobert being number one in Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think Rudy Gobert is better than Bam Adebayo. There, I said it. Heat propaganda. I don't think Rudy Gobert is better. He's
You know
just
what I think it is? I think it's
tall.
just a popularity race. You know what I mean? Because Utah is number one in the league right now. So, of course, Rudy Gobert is going to get the recognition that
Oh
everyone
man,
thinks
how
he
the hell is
deserves.
Rudy
But
Gobert popular? He should get Defensive Player of the Year last year. He shut down the entire league.
didn't Giannis get
No,
Giannis get it last year?
she's right. She's right though. The whole NBA ladder and the whole like voting for MVP and Defensive Player of the Year and Coach of the Year and stuff like that. It's all just a big popularity contest with like fan favorites and stuff like that. And for some reason, the NBA doesn't like the Heat. They never
It's
really
sort of
have.
like the
They're
point I'm going
jealous.
to make. It sort of ties back to it, but it's kind of a little irrelevant. Like how Xavier Howard didn't win Defensive Player of the Year for the Dolphins. Who I forget who won it, but it's just like a popularity vote. Xavier Howard had an interception almost every single game, if not every single game, and he loses to someone who's more popular than he is. That just shows it's a popularity vote, and it's just like based on status and like who's hot right now and who everyone else thinks is hot right now. It's like the people who
That's
deserve
just
it
how
the
it goes
most
in
honestly
sports.
don't like the people
Yeah.
who deserve it the most don't win, and it's the sad truth. And I feel like I get it. We were in the finals last year. Everyone knows who we are, what we're about. But it's like then again, if you deserve it, you deserve it. Don't just give it to other people because you think that like they don't get us enough recognition as most other players do. It's just not fair both ways.
It's the same thing with the All-Star system. You give people All-Star
Exactly.
because of team record, not because of individual accomplishment.
True. True. It's wild. And speaking of Defensive Player of the Year, Bam had 3 steals last night to go along with his triple double. So I mean, Bam's there. He does it every game on the defensive end, guard in every position. He's elite and one of a kind. And I haven't seen anybody like him since Kevin Garnett. And that's just personal opinion, but I think he's amazing and is only going to get better. But he definitely needs to be in the top 3, if not the top 2, if not the number 1 Defensive Player of the Year in my eyes. That's might also be Heat
What's the top
propaganda.
5, Joel? I know it started with Gobert, and I know Bam was 5, but in between,
I know Ben Simmons, Giannis, Gobert, and then there's somebody else.
I don't.
Let me look at
oh,
All I just saw was Bam's placement, and I was like, screw it, and I just stopped reading after that.
okay, I think it is Gobert, Simmons, Turner, Giannis,
oh yeah,
and
Miles
Bam.
Turner's pretty good.
Turner
Yeah,
deserves
You're
the
right.
deep boy more than
Well,
he
he's been
deserves.
hurt though. Joel Embiid.
No, yeah, he's hurt and he's not very mobile on defense other than the inside. But I think Miles Turner, he deserves the deep boy more than Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
Like, it's just I don't understand what they're doing here. Ben Simmons, what are we doing with Ben Simmons? He has not improved a single year.
Why is Draymond Green
He's the same
in the
as when he started.
conversation? Draymond Green. I'm looking at it right now. It's the odds, but it's not accurate. But Draymond Green's in the conversation.
Draymond Green's a very good defensive player. He should
He's
be in the top
overrated
10.
in my opinion.
He should be in the top 10 in
He's
defense.
in the top 10.
But yeah, he's not in the top 5, and that's what matters. So I
For
don't care
some
about
reason,
Draymond.
here it says Bam's number 6 behind Joel
Because you're looking at odds, and what we're looking at is the rankings.
Maybe
know. I'm
people,
looking. I'm
maybe
trying to
people
find
just like
them.
maybe people just like the movie Shrek.
Yeah, maybe they do.
I saw that tweet. I was like, "Yo,
I'll try to avoid a Ben Simmons rant, but what are we doing with Ben Simmons? Like I just said a couple seconds ago, what are we doing? He hasn't improved a single year since he's been in the league. He's playing the same as how he started. Has not developed a jump shot. He can
He's a
play defense. He
neither is
can play
Giannis.
defense, but
Giannis
he's
hasn't
not that
developed a
good.
jump shot."
he's a tall Ricky Rubio.
At least Giannis takes threes. At least he
That's
takes them.
true.
Ben Simmons doesn't do anything.
I mean, Bam doesn't take threes.
Bam is a better point guard than Ben Simmons. That's weird.
Bam's a really good point guard. Really good. It's so cool to see your center playing point. It's so fun. I love it. Imagine guarding him on defense as the other team's big man, especially if you're like a brick-footed, slow big man having to guard Bam, bringing the ball up the court. Oh man, it's gonna be a long night.
So then let's see. I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, it's just such a flawed system. I'm still waiting for Coach Spo to win his first Coach of the Year award. It looks like he certainly won't get it this year because of the way how Miami has lost a handful of games. So there's that. And Bam. I mean, we're gonna have to accept the fact that him, Jimmy, and all of them are gonna continue to get disrespected. That's why I really hope we could win a championship soon. So it's like when we win it, people can sit there, weep about it, and realize that there's nothing that the media can do about it. Because at the end of the day, you can't vote for who gets to win the championship.
I'm just
So
hoping and praying to the NBA gods that we beat the Lakers tomorrow so I could rub it in their face and them cry about it saying, "Oh, we didn't have LeBron. Oh, we didn't have Anthony Davis." Okay. Sounds a little familiar now, doesn't it? We didn't have two main players last year in the finals. Yeah, exactly.
Sucks to suck.
Exactly.
I like this.
Yeah.
I like this, Angie. This is funny.
Keep that same energy. Less than a year ago too, right?
To suck, huh?
It's
I,
quiet. Ain't no back talk. Nicki Minaj.
I hope we don't call the dog. I hope we don't call the dogs off.
Yeah.
This would be a
If we're
Mickey
winning
Mouse
by
game that
20, I
would
want them to keep stepping on their throats. That's how badly I want it.
I'm gonna laugh in their face. I'm gonna be ha ha ha. Sucks to suck.
and then one thing I want to bring up real quick is especially getting ready for the playoff run for Miami. Last night's loss, like I said, sucked. But as long as we get the 4th seed, I'm cool with it. And one team I also want to watch for is Brooklyn because obviously if you want to make a deep playoff run, you're gonna have to play Brooklyn eventually. My dream idea of a bracket is to simply keep the 4 seed and then make sure Brooklyn doesn't get the 1 seed at least. Get the 2 or 3 seed. Because if that was to happen, Miami would end up being on the other side of the bracket away from Brooklyn, setting up a conference finals matchup. And I don't know how y'all feel about it, if you guys would want to play them earlier than that. But for me personally, whenever I have the playoffs come around, if Miami can play the most difficult competitive difficult, that's probably the most difficult team in the conference in the playoffs, I'd prefer to play them in the conference finals. That's always been my mentality towards teams like that. So if we were to play Brooklyn, I'd prefer it in the conference finals. And let's see, you have Philly and Milwaukee. I need to see what they're gonna do in the playoffs because I'm not buying anything that they're putting out right now. Okay,
You know what would
I
be
don't.
the funniest thing if Brooklyn went out the same way Milwaukee did last year in the playoffs? Everyone expected them to go far. Look where they went. Almost swept them in the playoffs.
Yep.
But if any team is going to beat them, I need it to in the East. I need it to be Miami, please. You know how much people are going to start looking at us again. I need the people who was out here talking about how this was a Mickey Mouse Finals run. I need all of them to see that if Miami was to beat Brooklyn.
And you know what's crazy? Brooklyn is literally nothing without Irving, Harden, or Durant. Like last game against the Knicks that they played, Harden got injured in the middle of the game. Durant was out. The minute Irving went out, it was just like they were almost down by I think like 20 or maybe 15, and then as soon as Irving came back in, they started getting back up. That just shows you like they're really nothing without those three players, and it's just like
let's be fair here, Angie. Miami's nothing without Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo.
I mean, we've won games without one or the other,
but we haven't won without both.
Have we played a game without both? I don't really remember.
I'm pretty sure we'll lose.
No, I'm saying like this season, have we played a game without either?
Pretty sure.
I know we played without Jimmy for a long time.
Right, and for a stretch we've had.
The one game, 2 games I remember we specifically played without them was when we had the Sioux Falls Skyforce play Philly twice.
Oh, that's right, against Philly, we lost.
This
just goes to my point. Like it's a stars league, so Brooklyn isn't. Obviously, they're not good without their big three. We are not going to be good without our big two. We're not. So I think that's just we have to be fair in that situation. I'm the first person who would love to trash. I would love to trash Brooklyn. I would love it, but at the same time, we aren't anything either without our top guys. Because without our top guys, we have guys like Duncan who play off of the top guys. Duncan gets open because of Bam. Duncan gets open because of Jimmy. You take away both of them, Duncan's not getting open. And Tyler's going to be just chucking up shots from half court.
Yeah. So. Well, what I think about Tyler's like, and now that we're on the subject of Tyler, I love Tyler's confidence, but it's like at some point it's not necessary, if that makes any sense. Because, like, say we're down by like maybe 2 in like the last couple minutes of the game, I'd rather him shoot or attempt a contested layup than him kick back and shoot an uncontested 3, because it's all risk, no reward, or vice versa, basically. So.
By the way, I gotta give a shout out to Tyler though. He's been playing really good recently, but he still does take his bad shots.
He's averaging 18 points per game these last 7 games, is he not?
And he's shooting on very good splits. I think he's shooting at 38% from 3.
I think he's shooting higher than that. I think he's shooting 41 from 3 in the past like 7 or 8 games. He's killing it.
He's at like 49 from field goal in general.
Yeah,
great deadlines really do that to you, man. I mean, look at Robinson.
I think he's like 49, 41, 90 right now, I believe. It's something really good.
I think Robinson's played like 7 straight games with at least 4 3-pointers.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like he should get most improved player, in my opinion. Not being biased, but just the stuff he's proven.
I don't think so.
You're the biggest Robinson apologist I know.
Yeah, but he's not going to win most improved because he's basically doing what he did last year. And that's not a bad thing.
Actually putting up decent stats last year, not just
when he should have won most improved player last year, because his first year was awful.
Yeah,
his rookie year, I know.
True.
It was disaster, and he last year he deserved most improved last year.
So I love Duncan's improvement on defense. That's my main thing. Duncan looks great. Duncan looks really good on defense. I don't know what got into him, but he all of a sudden started to play.
Jimmy deserves MVP. Duh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brendan Tobin for starting that movement. You've gone viral officially. Jim VP.
Yeah, it's good. And back to what I was gonna say about Duncan is that he's been steadily improving on everything that's not a jumper. He's been getting a little bit in foul trouble recently in the first quarter.
But his defense has gotten better. I'll give him that. Yeah,
he's not letting people blow past him anymore like that.
Yeah.
I think now officially I can probably say Tyler Hero's the worst defender on the team.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tyler needs to work on his defense.
He's a very consistent and maybe not consistent. He's a very decent offensive player, but he's just no good on defense, and he needs to work on that.
Yeah.
He's a really good 6-man for points off the bench, though.
Yeah,
he played the most as a bench player. He's been playing like I think he's averaged like 27 plus minutes a game.
He's had multiple 20-point games as a 6-man. Multiple.
I know, but I'm saying like he's the only player off our bench that puts up that many minutes. Maybe besides Iguodala, because he plays like I think like maybe 5 minutes less than Tyler.
Iguodala doesn't play off the bench that much. I'm trying.
He's just put out there for defense and maybe occasionally a 3.
I'm trying to think of the minutes.
Iggy plays
Bro.
Iggy plays the majority of the fourth quarter, so you
Yeah.
see him a lot because
Maybe a
a lot
little
of
bit of
times,
the third.
a lot of times when the game's on the line, you pay more attention, so you feel like you see Iggy a little bit more than you do.
Yeah.
But he's definitely a
He's definitely
big
there.
crucial. He's a
I'll give him
yeah,
that.
he's definitely there. He's a crucial part of our team.
This
He's
per
a
game.
he's a great player to have.
Mm-hmm.
Dragic plays like
Three.
25 a game.
I'm sorry?
Dragic
He plays 25 a game, you said?
around there. Yesterday he played 22, but he usually plays a little bit higher than that.
Yeah. He didn't start, did he?
No, he did.
Yeah.
He
So off
started
the bench,
before
that's not too
Oladipo
bad.
came, but yeah.
Yeah.
So then let's see. So moving forward real quick, let's talk about, well, by the time people, to the Five Reasons viewers, by the time y'all are listening to this, it will already be on Thursday. So let's talk about this upcoming game against the Lakers, to talk about the preview. Now, as Ange mentioned, if the Heat does win and they I don't want to hear no Laker fan talking about they didn't have LeBron or AD, because
I'm
last
gonna
time
go on a rant on Twitter. I will be, oh my god, we have all the bragging rights in the world. I'm just saying.
because y'all was sitting here making all those memes about us, talking about how y'all was smoking the Heat pack and everything. I don't want to
We'll be
hear it.
smoking the
Now we
Lakers
smoke
pack
the Laker pack tomorrow if we get this win. I'm
with
not gonna get
with a LeBron meme smoking a cigar. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying right now, like, I don't want to hear anyone be like, "Oh, we didn't have LeBron, we didn't have AD." Well, guess what? Finals, we didn't have Bam, we didn't
You know,
have Goran.
Dragic.
Oh, yeah, what we had was a Jimmy Butler who was basically on one good leg in that game 6. So I don't want to hear nothing about
Right.
you know about Lakers being shorthanded, because y'all should have had that same mentality when the finals was around last year. So
Right.
anyway,
But this is also by no means a guaranteed win.
yeah,
That's
of course,
for sure.
we should have won yesterday's game. A couple players from Memphis was out, and even then,
Memphis Winslow was out now.
yeah,
Yes.
and then
And John Morant got injured a little late in the game.
No, but
the
that was with like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, true.
Melton dude, he was injured too. That was the dude getting the rebounds for Memphis in the last Heat game. So I thought, we didn't have to worry about him getting all kinds of crazy rebounds against us. But what's his name? Dylan freaking Brooks. But anyways,
Right.
move.
So
Yeah,
you
this
go
is
ahead.
Lakers. So let's see. What's y'all preview? What should we expect in this upcoming game?
A
The
W.
Lake
Plain and simple.
listen. The Lakers yesterday they played the Raptors and they won. They won, and
I'm
let
listening.
me read this. Let me read this off to you.
Cutting out.
Am I good now?
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
good. You're good.
Let me read this off to you. Taylor Horton Tucker, 17 points. Marcus Gasol, 13 points. Dennis Schroeder, 12 points. KCP, 13 points. Marcus Morris, 15 points. Alex Caruso, 13 points. I don't know his name, Catcock or whatever his name is, 10 points. Wesley Matthews, yeah. Wesley Matthews and Kuzma had 8 and 9. So that's a very, very balanced attack. That's 2 points from having 9 players in double digits.
Good
So
point.
playing a very balanced game, apparently. So I would warn Heat fans, this is not a guaranteed win. It's not.
No win is ever guaranteed. I'm just saying we should come out with a win.
We should, but then we could also have Taylor Horton Tucker scoring 50 points on us, because that's just how we play.
Killer.
He definitely could do that.
Watch Kuzma be the Heat killer, bro. I swear to God. All I need
Finals
is Kuzma to
Heat killer
airball a free throw, and my
Caldwell
night
Pope.
is made. That's all I need. Kuzma to airball another free throw.
Real talk, if Taylor Horton Tucker, if that dude balls out against Miami in this upcoming game, I'm telling you, I don't know, because it seems like lately Laker fans and Heat fans have been talking about, yo, who's got the echo?
You do.
All right. Okay, so that goes out now.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what was I saying?
Taylor Gordon.
THT.
Wait, Ange, can you just mute yourself real quick? All right. All right, no echo. Okay. So just real quick I want to say, like, I know for some reason he and Laker fans are out here talking about who's better, Hero or friggin' Taylor Horton Tucker. So if this dude Horton Tucker comes out and he has a 23-point quarter like this dude Dylan Brooks, Laker fans are about to go off, bro. It's gonna be Hero stands against Horton Tucker stands all night tomorrow after that game. It's gonna be crazy.
I'm
So
more worried about the finals heat killer, Contavious Caldwell Pope.
that's another that pissed me off, bro. Let me tell you something, right? I remember last year in the regular season, and they did it again this season as well, talking about let's trade this dude and all that, And then he goes into the finals and he plays lights out against the Heat. Like, I don't think y'all understand how much that pissed me off. Like, bro, why couldn't you be that same player that everybody wanted to get traded, bro? Why did you have to wait now to all of a sudden act like you a valuable asset to the Lakers? Like, dang, bro. But then, let's see, aside from that, who else? Who else do we need to worry about? I
Maybe
don't know.
Montrezl Harrell down low. I mean,
You
I
know,
don't know.
sure.
I think Bam. I think Bam can contain him though. He's not tall. He's not. He's not that big. I mean, they have. I mean, they Schroeder, Harrell, Kuzma,
Mar-
THT.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have an easy win. But like everybody was saying, you can't always guarantee a win. We saw that last night. So
Let's see.
hopefully we get the dub. I think we come out playing a lot more aggressive. I think Spo might bring back a different scheme on defense, maybe like the zone that we were running before. So the man stuff we were running last night was not working. I can't believe he didn't switch to zone. I was yelling at the TV, like, play zone, play zone. I was like, come on, man, like, didn't switch up anything. So I think we might see a different look. I think Jimmy, Bam, Vic are going to come out really, really, really aggressive. I believe so, because they just lost to the Grizzlies. Imagine how they feel.
I hope our defense wakes up tomorrow. That's all I have to say. Because last night's game, their defense was not it. I mean, I get it. We had a couple good steals. Bam had 3. I think Jimmy had 2, if I'm not mistaken. But I just hope our defense shows up tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it, really.
Then let's see. Watch Marc Gasol also have a good game too, because I know there was some Heat fans hoping he would get bought out. And I mean, he's been basically doing cardio for Lakers whenever he's on the floor. But why not? Watch him. Let's just not have any random scrub Heat killers show up tomorrow. I know that's most likely not gonna happen. That there's gonna be 1 or 2 of them to pop up. But if we could just have a game where we just simply kill the Lakers, especially after what happened last year, that would mean the world to me. So that's all I got to say about that. The floor is back to you guys.
Amen.
Amen. That's
Amen. If no one's got me, I know Jimmy Butler's got me. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen.
But let's see. What else should we just hit on right now? Because I know we're about to close out very soon. What else should we hit on?
I think we've covered pretty much everything relevant.
Road trip ahead of us next week, starting with Brooklyn. Wait, no, not with Brooklyn. I'm sorry. With who?
Yeah, it's a West Coast.
I forget who we start playing. I'm drawing a blank again, but
I know we end it with the Suns and have Denver, and I know it's like I think the last 2 are Denver and the Suns, and then the
Westside Portland
and
Portland.
Timberwolves too.
I see Denver's having a pretty weird pattern where they were losing by almost 20 to the Magic the other night. I was like, hey, yo. And it's not like they had no one. They had Jokic. They had Jamal Murray. They had their players, but they came back at the very last second. I was like, yo. I really thought the Magic were going to freaking destroy the Nuggets, which was like, hey, yo. But they've been on that slump recently, I've noticed. But I just hope that they continue that slump when we play them. So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Bam Jokic.
Oh yeah, that's
let's
like freaking what's it called? Batman vs Superman, bro. Two elite defenders.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans.
So let's see. So, I don't know when we'll do another episode, but by the time we'll do it, hopefully maybe the road trip will be over, who knows. So with that being said, what do you expect Miami's record will be of these next 5 games? You think they'll go 5-0, 3-2? What will it be?
If I want to be realistic, I'd say 3-2 because I mean, hey, we could have gone a 5-game win streak. We just ended a 4-game win streak. Anything's possible. But just anything over 500 is okay with me. 3-2, 4-1, 5-0. Just don't let it be 2-3, 1-4, 0-5. Jesus, let me not jinx it. Hold up. There we go.
I'm gonna put my expectations at 3-2, so I'm not going too high, and I don't.
Just to be realistic, keep it safe.
I don't know. I feel like we probably might lose to Minnesota. I hope not.
The Timberwolves?
No,
I mean, they have Anthony Edwards and KAT, but
I know, bro. Like, sometimes I don't know if I can trust this team. Sometimes
they beat the Suns once, and they're like the worst team in the league. I mean, hey, anything's possible, but I just hope not. With the two players they have and all the players we have, you think it'd be an easy win.
I'm gonna go a little bit different and say 4-1, even though I think it was probably gonna be 3-2. I think we beat the Lakers, beat Portland, Phoenix. I think they might get us. I think we can sneak out a win in Denver, but it'll be really close, and I think we can beat Minnesota for sure.
You'd think Minnesota would be an easy game considering their record and how they play, but
and the next game after Minnesota for Angie is Brooklyn, so that's going to be on national TV. So big time game.
I don't think we're going to be seeing James Harden if the reports are right.
I think he's out for 10 days. I saw a report say.
Yeah,
but that'll be after or before. I don't even know.
No, it'll be.
I know they play on a Sunday.
It's on Sunday the 18th, so it'll be right there at the end of his like what they're saying. He might be out, but I bet he doesn't play.
He'll probably be questionable or probable, one of the two.
They'll probably keep him out for longer than 10 days just to be careful because they don't.
Durant's not coming back anytime soon, no.
I heard he was supposed to come back in the next couple of weeks. I thought.
Oh, a couple of weeks, so we have time. We have 11 days. I mean, Joe Harris is the Duncan Robinson of their team, bro. He's a sniper, I will admit. So we have to put our best defenders, Bam, Iggy, Bielitsa, just to get a big man to stop him. So
Walmart Duncan Robinson.
No, that's Max Strus.
Then he's Target Duncan Robinson because
there you go.
No, Dollar General Duncan Robinson.
Oh my god.
Bro, he's a Goodwill Duncan Robinson, okay? I'm gonna spread this heat propaganda. The only reason he smoked us the first time because he had Durant, Kyrie, and KD. But Duncan is the better shooter.
Durant and KD.
Durant, I'm tripping. Durant.
A flash moment, ladies and gentlemen. You just witnessed your first flash moment.
All right, Dylan Booker.
You guys can bash me all you want about that. I don't get annoyed. It's funny, bro. I laugh at it. So, just a heads up. You guys can bash me all you want about that. Astrology and everything. I don't care. Vice courts, everything. I don't care. It's funny. I'm telling you, Joe, we got to do Angie moments at the end of each pod.
That'll be fire.
From now going forward.
It's just gonna be me ripping my hair out.
We'll talk about how Jimmy Butler was expected. We thought how Jimmy Butler was a cancer in Minnesota, and then we'll talk about how
it wasn't astrology, though. It wasn't astrology.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, I feel like now we had a wild part of this pod. So with that being said, is there anything else we should talk about real quick, or?
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, so with that being said, before we close it out, of course, Jim VP, Jim
Jim
VP.
MVP.
MVP.
I didn't know.
Bam for Defensive Player of the Year. Tyler for Sixth Man of the Year. Eric Spoelstra for Coach of the Year. Heat propaganda at its finest. Max Juice is a Walmart version Duncan Robinson.
Joe Harris is Goodwill.
Is a Dollar General.
It's for Rody.
My dog. Jeez, bro. But
Alright.
anyway. But yeah, okay, so back on topic. With that being said, y'all, since we've covered so much in today's episode, we'll see you guys next time with a brand new episode of the Heat vs. the World podcast. And until then, we out, y'all. Have a good day.
Peace.